This video is to allow you to correct homework 5.3.5, and we're starting with 5.144. So it says that the number of girls at middle school cyber summer camp was 6 more than twice the number of boys. There were a total of 156 middle school students at the camp, and they want you to use the 5D process to find the number of boys and the number of girls at the camp. So the first thing I did is I highlighted the important information, which again would be in the describe concept. So describe and draw, I highlighted, but again, normally you would type that out. So the number of girls was 6 more than twice the number of boys, was information that was important for us to describe or explain. And the fact that there was a total of 156 students was also important. So that would have been in your describe draw information. Then, based on that, we can do our defining. So if boys would be our x, girls would be 2x plus 6, because again, the girls were 6 more than twice the number of boys. So the number of boys would be your x, and then twice that means multiplied by 2, and then 6 more than that means adding the 6. And then the do would be that we'll be combining them because we know the total of students. So we'll add the boys and the girls to get the total number of students. The decide would be that it has to equal the 156. And then, of course, we have to go through our test process. So you could try whatever x value you want. And then the girls, of course, would be 2 times that plus 6. You're going to show that you added that and see if it equals 156. If it's too high or too low, you'll make adjustments. So the one that actually works is 50 boys. Then the number of girls would be 2 times 50 plus 6, so that's 106. We'd show that we added 50 plus 106 and get 156, which means ding, 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 we have an answer that works. And then our last part would be to declare our answer. So we would declare that there are 50 boys and 106 girls at the camp. Next, you're going to copy and complete your diamond problems. So remember that this is the pattern that we use, meaning the two values on the side get multiplied to give us the top and get added to give us the bottom. So for A, we'd say to ourselves, what do we multiply by 6 to give us a value or a product of 0? And the answer would be 0. And then, of course, 0 plus 6 gives us a sum of 6. Here we'd ask ourselves, all right, 8 times negative 2 gives us what product? Negative 16. And 8 plus negative 2 gives us what sum, which is 6. Here we'd be asking ourselves, what do we add to negative 4 to give us 0? And that, of course, would be positive 4. And then positive 4 times negative 4 gives us the product of negative 16. And here we're looking for two values that will multiply to give us 52 and add to give us 15.2. And those are 5.2 and 10. So 10 times 5 and 2 tenths gives you 52. 5 and 2 tenths plus 10 gives you 15 and 2 tenths. Here you had to figure out which one was correctly going to show you how to find the mean of the numbers k, m, and n. So again, k, m, and n are just variables that are representing unknown numbers. How do we find an average of three numbers? We add them up, we get the total, and then we divide that by 3. So that would be letter C. For 5.147, the giant prize wheel at the county fair is evenly divided into 10 sections. One is labeled large prize, 3 are labeled small prize, and the rest are labeled no prize. So if you spin once, what's the probability of winning a large prize? So what we would do is we would simply look at how many sections are labeled large prize, and that's 1, and how many sections we have altogether, which is 10. So 1/10. If you spin once, what's the probability of winning any prize? Well, large prize is, again, 1 out of the 10 sections, and 3 are labeled small prize. So 1 plus 3 would give us a total of 4. So we'd have 4/10. But again, we would simplify that, divide top and bottom by 2, and give us 2/5. And then if 50 people spin the prize wheel, approximately how many people should expect to win a prize of any kind? So this is kind of light over here for you to read, but basically what we're saying is 4 people out of 10 will win prizes. So how many is that out of 50? And again, you could do your cross products. So you would take the two numbers that you know diagonally, which is the 4 times 50, multiply those, and then divide by the third value, which is the 10. And you get 20 people. Here you need to make sure you're showing your correct order of operations, and then of course evaluate means find the value. So start with parentheses, but there are none in the first one. Then you would do your exponent. So 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So now we have 16 minus 8 divided by 8 plus 5. Then we would do multiplication and division left to right. There's only division, so we would do that next. 8 divided by 8 is 1, so we get 16 minus 1 plus 5. And then lastly, you do your addition subtraction left to right for a final answer of 20. For the second one, again, you'd start by doing your parentheses. So negative 2 plus 6 is 4. Then you would do your exponent, 4 to the second power. So we'd have 4 to the second power minus 3 halves times 14 plus 1. And as we said, after that parentheses, we're going to do the exponent. So 4 to the second power is 16. And then I also did my multiplying, which would be next. 3 halves times 14 is 21. Remember, you can do that by putting the 14 over the 1, simplify, and then multiply if you wish. And then lastly, add and subtract left to right. 16 minus 21 is negative 5. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 for a final answer.